Betty Bauhuis is the recipient of the CDF Global Co-operator Award. Elizabeth Betty Bauhuis celebrates a career in the Canadian credit union and cooperative sectors that spans 4 decades. Locally, provincially, nationally, and internationally, she continues to instill leaders, volunteers, and members with cooperative passion and knowledge. As the general manager of Tisdale Credit Union, Betty was able to put into practice the cooperative principles and values. Her dedication to co-ops and the cooperative principles have earned her the designation of Captain Co-op.
Well, my first involvement with cooperatives started when I was a teenager, and I was working at the local co-op store in my hometown. And then when I went to university, I worked at a student cooperative. And then after that, I started working for a credit union. Somewhere along the line, I discovered that cooperative business was a little bit different than other businesses, and it was based on principles and values.
Betty is a lifelong learner. She has obtained a Master of Management in Cooperatives and Credit Unions and achieved a designation of Fellow of the Credit Union Institute of Canada. Betty was instrumental in the formation of the Tisdale Home Support Cooperative in 2005.
Tisdale Home Support Cooperative started as an initiative with Saskatchewan Co-operative Association. It made me realize how important it is that co-ops have a grassroots start. They form out of a need. Now, through that process, we had some difficulties. We faced some challenges about year 2. And what was important to me in that process was seeing how the board of directors kicked in and how much they worked together, how dedicated they were to be able to see this cooperative remain viable.
Betty's path to global contributions to the cooperative sector began in 2003. While with the credit union, Betty hosted women leaders from Ghana and Uganda as part of the Canadian Cooperative Association's Credit Union Mentorship Program.
I became interested in hosting the women leaders from Africa and other countries, mostly because the people in the system, a lot of people, many credit union employees and even local credit union members, do not realize that our cooperative system is international.
Her participation in that program inspired her to travel to Africa.
I've had the privilege of going to Malawi 3 times. The first 2 times were with coaching experiences. What we did there was just help the credit unions in any way that we could. The second time I was there, I was able to work with another colleague from Saskatchewan, and we facilitated a strategic planning session. And I think my favorite memory is from that, because we were able to talk to a lot of directors and management, and they were so engaged in the process. They were listening to our every word and just like sponges soaking in the knowledge. The third time that I was in Malawi, I was able to work with the Women's Mentorship Program and help develop the network. It was really awesome to see some of the ladies that I had helped train. So to see what they are doing in their communities, in their credit unions, with their families, was really heartwarming. As Canadian Cooperative Association representatives, I'm very proud of how much we can show and help the countries that we're in. But truly, it's a two-way street. And what we learn from the people that we visit is really rewarding. Their level of cooperative spirit, their level of engagement is beyond what we see in Canada these days.
Betty's career has been rooted in the cooperative sector. Co-ops and credit unions in both Canada and Africa are stronger and more resilient because of her abundant influence.
It is my privilege to be amongst some cooperative icons. I can't tell you how honored I am. The cooperative system has influenced me in so many ways. It has enriched my life, and to be part of something that is bigger or larger than myself is really remarkable.
For her contributions to the cooperative sector as a volunteer, employee, director, and consultant, we are pleased to recognize Betty Bauhuis with the CCA CDF Global Co-operator Award.
Video profile produced by Access Communications.